Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack, and well, yeah, I colored it, and now we have an official statement. Yeah, finally Microsoft decided to stop making fool of themselves more than what they already are. And yes, one of these franchise, and yes, I grew up with this one. So, but well, nah, it doesn't hurt anymore because it was already down the shitter with Forza Motorsport 7 because they really fuck up there. So someone expected, hey, you are taking at least a lot of years to make things once work. You are going to make this one succeed, right? No, because in the corporate landscape of AAA, this is the fucking result every single time. So look at this. So from Tech Power, Forza Motorsport effectively sunset after prior layouts. I was calling it the moment that they announced the layoffs. They said, yeah, you're only going to be on support mode, not like development of content. No, that was cut off. Well, we have seen this fucking mismanagement from Microsoft over the course of the years, and if it wasn't enough seeing Halo, and that's why I got a strong grief. I really have such a levels of contempt towards the Halo fancocks because other Microsoft customers and consumers were calling them out with, "Hey, dude, look what they're doing to Forza. They fuck up." They flatly ignoring it because during that period, Forza was doing way better than Gran Turismo. They doubled down on the console warrior shit heads nonsense, man. It really pisses me out even trying to mention it. Yeah, they engaging in retarded nonsense on social media about which console was better and ignoring the current state of the brands, the IPs, which both were fuck up. I already said both Sony and Microsoft deserve what they're getting. And yes, Forza Motorsport turned into a live service with less content and filled with shit tons of bugs, almost reaching 100 at launch. And yes, Turtle Studios, yeah, have been so dog shit for quite a while, like building from the ground up, that all of that political PR, marketing nonsense that we are compromised with our former Forza fans and all of that shit, and yeah, it was all a fucking lie. It was all a fucking lie. But yeah, this is my rant here, so I just going to read this one quickly. So yeah, Forza Motorsport effectively sunset after prior layers posted on Wednesday, December 17 of current year. So Forza Motorsport's most recent iteration launched in October 2023, but despite the relatively recent release date, it seems as though the game's developers Tunstein Studio is already started to sunset the multiplayer racing sim. Although the game will remain playable for the foreseeable future, and that's yet to see because it's a live service. And just for the record, Forza Horizon 4 and 5 had a 4-year support. We cannot say the same shit for Motorsport, man. So, well, continue on. Turn said in a recent announcement that it will no longer be adding any game content, car, tracks, or features to Forza Motorsport, nor will the studio provide regular bug fixes or updates. None. Bug fixes, updates, none. So you can bet that they're not even going to put an offline mode, but yes, I said it, it's a live service. Even with Forza Horizon 4 and 5 relying so much on the live service aspect, you can still play those games offline. Or if you already sailed the 7 seas, you can play those with all the content if you jailbreak it. Well, just saying. Just fucking saying. However, the studio says that it will still offer online support for multiplayer gameplay, although it's unclear how long it is will last. Uh, and also for the record, Forza Motorsport has always been dog shit with the online treatment. Yes, the shitty servers that relate to the dates of the Xbox 360 era. Yes, they always put shitty servers, but they had way better content in the online component because you had a lot of stuff there and it's not present here. So in addition to the continuous server maintenance, Turn 10 will also host a number of special events and competitions throughout 2026, seemingly in an effort to keep players around. Yeah, yeah, try to justify an effort to get them back, okay, because yeah, you're going to end up shutting this down. And as a way for players to earn past special event rewards, cards, and other content that was previously limited. Yeah, they do that seasoned content just like Forza Horizon. They are just going to repeat it. Oh man, it didn't work out too well for you. Maybe you stick around to doing what at least Forza Motorsport 4 did. Drop the unicorn bullshit. Add the stuff that everyone wanted from those games, the modes, but well, build them from the ground up. And also people that are into racing video games were aware of these issues with Turn Studios. Microsoft, I said management was primarily responsible for this focus, and yes, they were doing contracts for developers or the making of this game. So every like 1 year or 6 months, 8 months, depending on the contract, even they were recycling the same people with each contract, and a lot of people were coming in and out into development of this. And yes, for waiting of this, yeah, Turtle Studio, most of the OG developers that are still remaining there, they are not trustworthy. The other ones probably they were a little better that were working with a contract for a limited period of time. And they were talking about this shit. Yeah, it's the fucking Microsoft environment, treating them like the Windows division. Man, speak Windows 11. Yeah, I don't need to go into that run. Let's continue. Turton says it's easy further development on Forza Motorsport in order to quote unquote shift focus on the upcoming Forza Horizon 6 game that was announced early this year. And yeah, since they want to keep appealing to normies, non-racing players, just like they did with the latest two Forza Horizon installments, I know it's going to sell. I'm not going to make a fool of myself here. I know that game is going to sell because it's going to be set in Japan. But continue on. This news also comes after Turn 10 Studio lost about half of its staff in July of current year, when Xbox Games laid off a sizable number of staff across multiple subsidiaries. So yeah, and we remember the fucking quote. Yeah, it's the end for this franchise. Rightfully deserved. Yes, rightfully deserved. And a lot of many other IPs from Microsoft. But that's it. Thanks for watching and please take care.